Once upon a time, we measured the distance in darkness. What is spoken will eventually come to light. Water captures your reflection. I capture human interactions. Create human-like conversational dialogue to help you write a blog, to cut down hours of prep that you log. I'm an engineer in marble. Who better to break down the Constitution? Who better to show and explain the revolution? Who better to uncover the truth? Montana, Uncle Rico, Jerry, Rod. We are a reflection of our country's scars. The Doneson Podcast. Show them who we are.
You know I love you so. We're back, we're here. Let the music take control. The season's here. In case you didn't know, we're glad you're here. I hope you like the show. For many years. Let's start the show.
So I approached this beautiful girl and I said, "Hey, my name is Rod. What is your name?" She said, "I've been taken." I said, "Is that German?"
No, you didn't.
Welcome back, everyone. My cousin Jerry is joining us this season. Say hello, Jerry.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine. I'm Rod's cousin Jerry. I wrote the jokes for Rod part of last season 4, in case you didn't know. My first name was thought of when my Uncle Hardin Wesley found out the neighborhood we lived in at the time was being gerrymandered. So out of rage, he named me Jerryman. They call me Jerry for short.
All right, now, this year, both Uncle Rico and Montana are up for roles and are nominated for Academies. We will show a snippet of their movie roles, and hopefully at the end of each season, you guys will pick who deserves to have the Academy. So, up next, Uncle Rico.
One of the greatest movie actors of all time, Uncle Rico, starring in The Negro Who Didn't Give a Damn.
Man, please stop talking to me about them damn taxes. I don't give a damn. You hear me? I don't give a damn. Car insurance? Who cares about car insurance? All these wrecks going around here. I don't give a damn about that either. Marriage? Man, half the wife cheating on the man and everything else. I don't give a damn. Quit talking to me about this stuff I don't give a damn about. Reparations? Oh, wait a minute, you got my ear now, buddy. Where'd I sign up?
Now it's time for Cooking in Your City.
Bonjour, mes amis. Chef Voilà here. I'll be bringing you extraordinary Cajun recipes I have stolen from the likes of Moss Pointy, Mississippi, Portsmouth, Virginia, Dayton, Ohio, where Montana, Uncle Rico and Rod is from, to those who are in what you call a recession. I'll be giving you weekly meals where you can prepare for your family. They are even affordable for you broke or broken asses. Okay, listen up. Today's Cajun recipe: fried shrimp and okra po' boys. Make sure that you take the tail off and clean it out so your dish don't smell like shit. Let's begin with the main ingredients. Half a cup of mayonnaise, the kind old folks put on their plant leaves. 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh chives, 2 tablespoons of Creole mustard, the kind when you open up the top, it smells like butthole, oui, butthole, 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of chopped drained capers, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 8 ounces of smelled fresh okra pods, trimmed. For those who don't like okra, you can replace it with crushed mountain oysters. Ouch! 1 cup of whole buttermilk, 3/4 pound large raw shrimp, peeled and deveined, about 20 shrimp. Follow directions now. Step 1. Dissolve powder cocaine in hot water. Woo! Step 2. Add sodium bicarbonate, baking soda to the mixture. Step 3. Boil the solution to separate out the solids. Step 4. Cool the separated mixture and cut up the solids into rocks to convert cocaine into crack. Oh shit! I'm giving you directions on how to convert cocaine into crack. And we'll go over how it turned out next week. Voila!
Now, sometimes being in a bad arrangement, entanglement, should we say, or business or personal relationship is worth your freedom. Having a new form of freedom gives you the experience to create something new and becoming adventurous. This season, we focus on the American government, how it was formed, its good, bad, and the ugly. I mean, the ugly history of who makes up the United States of America. Mark my words. The makeup of this podcast will be the reflection of America in the year 2078. Welcome to the show. Montana, welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Excellent. Glad you're here.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show.
All right, now let's get it popping.
All right, let's get it popping, y'all. Rapid fire, and let's get into it. Quick, the American Revolutionary War was a war between Jerry.
Great Britain and the 13 colonies in North America from 1775 to 1783. The war resulted in the independence of the United States.
Okay. All right, Montana. The Civil Rights Act is passed in what year?
The Civil Rights Act was passed, 1965?
64. 64. All right. The 19th Amendment grants women the right to vote in what year?
1920.
The Voting Rights Act is passed?
1965.
Right. The Civil Rights Act passed in?
1964.
Right. The 13th Amendment abolishes slavery in what year?
1865.
All right. Y'all, we're going to get into the Constitution of America. Now, the Constitution was created to address the following problems with the Articles of the Confederation.
In case folks listening didn't know, the Articles of Confederation was an agreement among 13 states of the United States, formerly the 13 colonies, that served as the nation's first frame of government.
Now, the Articles of the Confederations did not create a strong central government. The federal government under the Articles of Confederations was weak and could not effectively enforce its laws. This led to problems such as trade disputes between states and the ability to raise an army to fight the Revolutionary War. The Articles of the Confederation did not give the federal government the power to tax. The federal government under the Articles of Confederation could not raise taxes, which limited its ability to pay its debts and provide for the common defense.
For some reason, this is starting to sound more and more like Denzel in Trading Day, but carry on, cuzzo.
All right. Now, the Articles of the Confederations did not give the federal government the power to regulate trade. The federal government under the Articles of Confederation could not regulate trade between states, which led to problems such as economic instability and unfair competition. Now, the Constitution was designed to address these problems by creating a strong central government with the power of tax, regulated trade, and to raise an army. The Constitution also established a system of checks and balances between the three branches of government to prevent one branch from becoming too powerful. Now, do you agree with this structure of the American government so far?
I don't think there's nothing wrong with the structure of the government. I think it's the people who run the government that's the problem.
Okay. Now, the following are some of the most important figures who contribute to the creation of the Constitution.
Oh, cuzzo, I've been waiting for this. This list is gonna sound like the pimp of the year. I think Bishop Don Juan won 13 years in a row.
Okay. All right. Here we have James Madison. Madison is often called the father of the Constitution because of his pivotal role in the drafting of the ratification of the document. He was the primary author of the Virginia Plan, which served as the bias of the Constitution. George Washington, president over the Constitutional Convention and was a strong advocate for the adaptation of the Constitution. He was also the first president of the United States. Benjamin Franklin. Franklin was a wise and experienced statesman who played a key role in the drafting of the Constitution. He was also the oldest delegate in the convention at the age of 81.
I also think he was high as a kite during this time. Get it?
All right, Alexander Hamilton, another one. Hamilton was a brilliant lawyer in economics who helped to shape the economic provisions of the Constitution. He was also the first Secretary of the Treasury of the United States. John Jay. Jay was a lawyer and diplomat who helped to shape the foreign policy provisions of the Constitution. He was also the first Chief Justice of the United States. The Constitution is a remarkable document that withstood the test of time. He has helped to create a nation that is free, prosperous, and democratic. The Constitution is the testament to the wisdom and the foresight of the Founding Fathers. Montana, if you had to stop one of these guys, men, and get a selfie with one of them, which one would you choose?
Can I choose none?
Okay. The Constitution establishes a federal government consistent of the three branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. The legislative branch is made up of the House of Representatives and the Senate. The executive branch is headed by the president. The judicial branch is headed by the Supreme Court. The Constitution also establishes a system of checks and balances among three branches of the government. This system ensures that no branch of government becomes too powerful. The Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments of the Constitution. It was ratified in 1791 and guarantees that certain fundamental rights to all Americans. Now, here are key provisions of the Bill of Rights. First Amendment guarantees the freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. Second Amendment guarantees the right to keep and bear arms. Third Amendment prohibits the government from quartering soldiers in private homes without the consent of the owner. Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Stop and frisk. Okay, all right. Fifth Amendment guarantees the right to due process of law, including the right to a grand jury. Sixth Amendment guarantees the right to a speedy and public trial. Seventh Amendment guarantees the right to a trial of jury in civil cases. Eighth Amendment prohibits excessive bail, excessive fines, and cruel and unusual punishment. Ninth Amendment states that the Constitution or certain rights shall not be construed or deny or disparage others retained by the people. And the 10th Amendment states that the power is not delegated to the United States by the Constitution nor prohibited by the states or reversed to the states respectively or to the people. Now, who benefits from the Constitution? The Constitution benefits a wide range of people, including citizens. The Constitution protects the rights of citizens, including the right to free speech, the right to bear arms, and the right to a fair trial. It also benefits businesses. The Constitution creates a stable and predictable legal environment for businesses to operate in. Investors. The Constitution protects the rights of investors, including the rights to property and the right to a fair trial. Minorities. The Constitution prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, religion, sex, and national origin. The poor. The Constitution guarantees that the right into due process of law and the right to equal protection under the law, and helps to protect the rights of the poor and ensures that they are treated fairly by the government. Jerry, what you think?
Cuzzo, I love dating poor women who so happen to be minorities. They are great listeners.
Okay.
You know what?
All right. Now, before we break this down, Montana, for all Americans, fault and extraordinary benefits of freedom, what is one of the main things you take issue with being American and why?
I take issue with many of the issues that we have behind the right to bear arms. And, it's one of those rights we definitely need, but when it's taken advantage of, i.e., police killings, George Floyd, people of that nature, Trayvon Martin, I think it's gone too far. So I get that you have to bear arms in that role, and in society we need protection. But I think when it goes so far that someone is being killed in error, then we have a problem. And then the other side, and I'll close with this, is when you have individuals who are just walking around as a regular civilian and they have access to, machine guns. Why do you have access to a machine gun to go and commit a school shooting that might not have happened if that law that prevents a civilian from buying a machine gun had not been taken, had not been voted out at some point? So I think that you have the foundation of the right to bear arms, which in itself is a good thing because we do need it. But when a person is able to bear arms and then take advantage of it and no justice is served when you do wrong with it, that is what I have a problem with.
Good stuff. All right. For all of America's faults and extraordinary benefits of freedom, what is the one main thing you take issue with being an American, and why?
Wow, man, when you put you on the spot and you said pick one.
So many.
Well, we can start with one.
Yeah, we can start with one, but we can't say that's the main one. But here, coming up in America, man, it's been, for me, a travel, history lesson in itself. Going through life, man, like I've mentioned this before, I was a little kid, and that discrimination stuff that just America's bled with, and we refuse to address it and look at it. It plays a pivotal role in this country, and will continue to until we finally sit down and really address the issues, man. Because I remember as a little child, I was downtown with my mama in Virginia. Y'all know I'm from Virginia. And I remember we was hungry. And my mama said, let's go get something to eat. So I said, okay. And I started to walk through the front door, man. And she grabbed me by the arm. I guess I was about 7 or 8. She said, no, come on, let's go around here. And we had to go to the side of the building. We got our food out the hole, that's how they served us. And I'm watching everybody else go through the front door, but they didn't look like me as a little kid. So I always will remember that, It's just, I think we've made some strides, but not enough, not nearly enough in this country, yeah.
And it's crazy you say that, Unc, as far as that side window. We have a place in Mississippi called Ed's. And, that side window is still actively being used, not in the same way.
Wow.
But growing up, by the time I was old enough to go to Ed's, we had the civil rights movement had came into place, so we all had to go through the front door. Right. But it was maybe when I got to high school, the side window is just used as like a regular window to order now. And somebody's parents was like, y'all know what that side window was for.
Wow.
So we had like this history lesson, like, oh.
Yeah.
And I stopped going to Ed's after that.
What?
Yeah. The chili
But they got
dogs weren't that good.
drive-thrus.
That one didn't.
It's on the side.
No, it was literally one of those walk-up places. You walked up to a window, and it was a few seats inside, but it was mainly meant to be served outside. But once I found that out, like I said, the chili dogs weren't that good no way. So. I got
Yeah. Oh, wow. All right. This is season 1. Excuse me. This is season 5.
Season 1?
Yeah. Ed's has got me thinking sideways.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
All right.
I get it.
All right. Anything else y'all want to add to the Constitution? This is going to be an interesting journey this year.
Oh, yeah.
For season 5.
Yeah.
Buckle up your seatbelts. But
it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Talking about the government, like I said, the government is almost a catch-22.
Right.
You know, we appreciate it for the freedoms and the abilities it does give, because there are many countries that don't have the freedoms that we have.
Yeah, but let's not get it twisted.
But we're still enslaved.
Ain't nowhere else I want to be than America.
But we're still enslaved. We're still in chains.
Ain't gonna get it twisted.
We still got so much work to do that I don't think anybody will live long enough to ever see.
And thank you for tuning in to the Doneson Podcast.
You know I love you so. We're back, we're here. Let the music take control. The season's here. In case you didn't know.